our guests were both just young boys at the time. Chelsea pensioner Colin Thackery, who won all our hearts when he was crowned Britain's Got Talent champion. Also one of the world's best-known royal photographers, of course, Arthur Edwards. Both join us now. You were just young boys. You were 9, Colin, when the war broke out, weren't you? 15 when it ended.
It ended, yes.
And Arthur, you were 5 when the war ended.
Yeah, I was born in August 1940. And the Blitz started in September, so you know we just were bombed out and.
So you both got sent away from home.
I did, yeah.
Where did you go, Arthur?
I went to Bideford in Devon, and I was away there I went when I was 2, and I was away.
2?
2, yeah. No, 3 until 5, and I was 5. I came back.
Just a tot.
Yeah, and we were in a nursery there, and it was. I don't have a lot of memories of it, but I know that I only got 1 visit from my father in that 2 years. So that was, for me, it was lonely. I mean, it was lonely. But I remember very clearly the day we came back and, you know, coming home and found I had a new sister. Yeah, I never knew anything about. And you know, life went back to normal for me. And I started school and everything. But... it was...
You're a handsome boy. There you are, handsome lad.
Yeah. Good photographer took that shot, you probably think.
But, you know, it was tough times, wasn't it? You know, I mean, we were bombed out. That's why I got sent away. I mean, our house, we lived by the docks in Poplar, and we got sent away. That was it. Mum got rid of... Well, my brother and I, she said, you know, you can't stay here anymore, you know, you've got to go.
A frightening time, of course, I mean, for everybody, terrifying time. But, of course, to be so young and sent away from your family and only see your dad once.
Yeah, once, and he brought me a little toy, a lorry he'd made in his shed, you know, and I wished I still had it, you know, because it was one of the few things I remember about it. But the thing I remember most is coming home, though, coming home and the joy and all the kids on the train were all... coming up, it was about 5 hours coming up from Bideford in Devon, and get there, my dad was there, and I'm recognising it was just wonderful. That was, to me, the best moment of it all. And
Colin, you got bombed out as well. You're a little bit older, were you?
A little bit older, yes. Yeah. Yes, I was 9 when the war started.
Right. And where did you go to?
Would you believe Luton?
Which was a little country town at the time, I'd imagine.
I did like it very much.
No, you didn't like it so much that you went home by yourself.
I did, yes.
Yeah, and
I decided to go home.
So how long had you been in Luton before you left?
About a fortnight.
Really?
Yes.
And how did you get home?
Backs of lorries.
Did you?
Nobody would stop. You didn't hitch. Well, in any case, you wouldn't stop for a young fella, but... So every time a lorry slowed down, you jumped on the back of it. And
what had happened to your house when you got back? Was it still standing?
Yeah, it was only partly bombed, you see. Yeah.
But the reason that you were evacuated was because your house was at risk, of course. Your mum must have been beside herself. Firstly, that you know, both of you, that their children are sent away. But, of course, the whole point was to try and keep you safe. But you weren't having it, Colin, were you?
No. I wanted to be back in London.
What did you say to your mum?
Hello, Mum.
Yeah. But you
what did she say to you? What are you doing here?
Oh, I don't tell you. I think I got a whop round the ear hole, actually.
Did you get sent back again?
Or... No.
Well, you said
she realised it was that wasn't on. No, I spent loads of the time. We lived in Camden Town. I spent loads of my time on top of the old Black Cat factory with the wardens. Watching the bombs come down.
So, Arthur, what are your memories of VE Day? Do you have any?
None really, except that...
Too tiny.
Of course you're too young.
Well, I was too young, but the thing is, what my great story about VE Day is, of course, the Queen, when she was a young girl and her sister went out on the town and just celebrated with everybody else, which I think she'll be thinking about that when she's in Westminster Abbey on the day, you know, when she's with the family, and when she's in Buckingham Palace and the red arrows are flying over, she'll be thinking of that day when she went out and really was just a normal person, just celebrating the end of the war.
That is remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah,
they were able to do that.
They were, yeah.
That freedom.
Before the days of paparazzi.
Paparazzi, you're right, Bill.
Yeah, exactly.
What a good picture that would have been.
No pesky photographers. Colin, what about you on that day? What the relief that it was all over?
You know, I know I wanted to get back to London, but it was a rather frightening place to be at, you know, and the few times I ever went to school, 'cause I didn't do a lot of schooling, you get used to, you know, seeing people being dragged out of stretchers coming out of houses.
Yes.
Stuff like that, and bomb buildings. And I remember Harrington Square, I think it was, I was seeing a bus on its beam end not being blown up. It's a sort of iconic picture.
75 days to go to VE 75. Then do you know what's planned?
Well, yes, the big things. I mean, the British Legion have organised this park, this Victory Park in St James's Park, where they're inviting 750 people to come to London, evacuees like Colin and I, and veterans and Home Guard, anybody that was involved. They're putting them up for the weekend, 3 days, and it's going to be a great celebration. In fact, you know, the whole royal family are involved on the Friday. They're going to be at the Westminster Abbey, and then they're going to be in the Mall as everybody drives past the parade. And it's going to be one huge party. And throughout the country, there's going to be street parties. And in the whole thing...
And Arthur, is there a ballot for that? I mean, how...
Yeah, there is. There's a ballot. Yeah,
involved?
sorry, people can apply, and there's still vacancies, actually. You apply to the British Legion, and... They are being brilliant, the British Legion. I have to say they've totally taken control of this. And they've got tea dances. I mean, you know, it's going to be a really...
And are you performing on the day, Colin?
I'm doing something. I'm not quite sure.
All right.
Well, I hope they tell you. And you have got 75 days to prepare, haven't you?
Yes,
So,
yes.
And you've got some things to celebrate as well as that, of course, because you are the oldest recipient to receive a Brit-certified Breakthrough Award for the success of your album. It's fantastic. And next month you celebrate a milestone of your own, don't you?
My 90th birthday, which I've got I've got a concert on that day at the Cadogan Hall, which is not far from our place in Chelsea. Yeah.
Well, it's fantastic to see you both.
Yeah, well, it's great to see Colin again, because I photographed him recently with his choir at Chelsea Hospital. They're a great choir, and he's a great singer.
The war, of course, didn't put you off, Colin, did it? Because straight after the war, the age of 15,
I joined up.
You joined up?
Yes, I joined up as soon as my parents split. So, and I wasn't a good lad. I was a bit of a tearaway. So
Hard to believe looking at you now.
I know my baby face. Yeah. But no, I was. It was either Borstal or the army.
Wow.
So I decided to go in the army, and
that was the correct choice.
it was a good choice. Yeah.